All right, we're back with Week 7 NFL predictions. And, yeah, we haven't been too correct this year because there's been upsets every single week.
Last year we had...
Like, who would have thought the Jaguars would Dallas put up 40 on them and only get 7?
Nobody.
That doesn't reflect bad.
Conor McGregor's the only one because he was there and he knew it. But that's it. Other than him, nobody. But let's see. Starting off the week, Thursday Night Football. We got the Broncos at the Cardinals. That's actually pretty tough.
I'm picking the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick the Cardinals too. The Broncos have lost their last 4 games, and they're going to Arizona. Got to pick.
From what I've heard, I haven't watched any of their games. I haven't got any of them, but I heard they run them pretty well and have a decent defense. But I feel like the Cardinals can do the same things.
We got, moving on to Sunday, what? 9:30 a.m.? Oh, yeah, so this must be a London game. Let's see, we got Tennessee at San Diego, but I think it's a London game, so there's no home field advantage thing here.
San Diego.
Melvin Gordon.
Or whatever they're called now.
Or, yeah, the LA Chargers.
Yeah.
Tell me about Melvin
Gordon is like, if you think Todd Gurley hasn't been impressive, you should also think Melvin Gordon has been impressive. He's done about as close as you can get.
He's really good.
He's a game changer. The man has like 50 receiving yards minimum every week.
Let's see, we got Houston at Jacksonville.
This is a good game right here because you got two teams that
good matchup.
You know, like Jaguars, like 2 weeks ago, I would have thought they would just easily win this, but
I'm still going to pick them.
I might actually pick the Texans. I really did not like what I was seeing the other day. I do feel like they're a good team that they got put in a position where, like, even a really good team when they start like having that collapse and it's like they got a lot of young players that didn't know how to handle it. So I don't think it'll happen again. But I'm gonna pick the Texans though.
We got the Panthers at the Eagles.
This is one I thought about a lot. I really don't know what I'm going to do on this one.
I'm going to pick the Eagles.
I might pick them too. I didn't like really anything of what happened last week.
I didn't like anything I saw.
I do think they're going to rebound though. Like I kind of do think they are, but I'm not going to just like pick the Panthers again just because I think they could rebound.
All those turnovers and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to pick them.
It was really like a lackluster game all the way around. I could criticize that performance for probably 20 minutes.
Let's see. We got the Vikings at the Jets. Vikings,
although the Jets have been pretty good.
We got the Patriots at the Bears.
I'm going to pick the Patriots in another shootout. I think the Bears surprised some people, but I think they end up kind of falling short, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to see them go and beat them, that would be awesome.
I might go out on a limb here and pick the Bears. I think the Patriots always have those really weird losses throughout the seasons. It's like those random...
Those are done with, I feel like.
I don't know.
Those don't happen in Week 7.
I think they might have one more, and I think it might be the Bears. So I'm going to pick the Bears. Up next, we got the Bills at the Colts.
I'm picking the Colts because I refuse to pick the Bills in any situation.
Yep, that's the same with me. We got the Browns at the Buccaneers. Man, these are
I'm picking the
games.
Browns. The Buccaneers are like, they're not.
They're wishy-washy every week.
Yeah, we were saying this on like Week 1 and 2 when everybody was saying like they're gonna go to the like Fitzmagic and all that. I knew that was short term. That's over.
Yeah, they're wishy-washy. The Browns are a little bit more consistent than the Buccaneers this season.
The Browns are a better football team, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I got to pick the Browns in this one. We got the Lions at the Dolphins next.
This is a good game of two teams that came out better than everybody thought.
Very much so.
I might actually pick the Dolphins, although I do really like the Detroit offense a lot.
I'm gonna pick the Lions just because, like you said, the offense. I think they got it wrapped up. The next game, you got maybe the most exciting team in football. You got the Saints at the Baltimore Ravens. You got to pick the Saints.
I'm picking the Saints, and I know a lot of people say the Ravens' defense is great, and I feel like I really think they are. I think they're top 5, but I just don't see any way you can stop the Saints.
Saints are just on a roll.
Their offense is undeniable. You can't do anything. A lot of people are like, if you followed me on Twitter, you see me saying I was comparing them to the Rams. That's how highly I think of them.
We got the Cowboys at the Redskins. Oh, man, that'll be a good game.
I think the Cowboys are going to surprise the people and go in there.
Cowboys, I think they finally learned the idea is to use Zeke as much as possible.
And the thing is, the Week 1 and 2, I've watched all their games. You cannot do the very basic using Zeke where all they do is like the interior runs. They have to use him mostly, but they have to be creative like how they use him. And I think that's exactly what they did. Did the read option, did counters, did screen, all that stuff.
Up next, you got the...
although the Redskins looked very good the other day.
Redskins did look good. I'm going to pick the Cowboys.
We got curb stomped by them. We had to watch it for over an hour. That was
I didn't
miserable.
make a pick. I'm picking the Cowboys. That was my pick. The next game, you got the Rams at the 49ers. The 49ers, before we go farther, the 49ers losing Jimmy Garoppolo have been impressing me. They're losing every game. Like just it's down to the wire.
This reminds me of last year when they first got Kyle Shanahan and they were like trying to get on track and everything was like a very short margin.
I would not be surprised. I'm going to pick the Rams, but I would not be surprised if this is a very, very, very close game. I know that sounds crazy with the Rams.
There's no way they win, I don't think, but it will be within like a 10-point range.
I think
or less, probably.
They are. I mean, they just went toe-to-toe in Green Bay with the Packers. Toe-to-freaking-toe. And they probably should have won.
The Rams don't like, even although they're a great offense, they don't like to get like a huge lead on people, or they probably like to, but they don't ever get to. And all their games this year have been like...
It's a divisional matchup. I mean, anything could happen right here.
I do think the Rams will probably take off with this one.
I'm going to pick the Rams, but don't be surprised if the 49ers get close or maybe even pull this off. Sunday night, Sunday night game, you got the Bengals at the Chiefs.
I'm like just excited we get another Chiefs primetime game because they're like one of my favorite teams to watch. I think they're gonna do this one cleanly.
The Chiefs still haven't given me a reason not to pick them. I know they just lost to New England. They haven't given
the
me
Chiefs.
A reason
The way they lost that, it was a shootout. It was basically like whoever gets the ball last type thing. So I really don't.
And if they wouldn't have scored so
honestly, I would not be shocked if they played in the playoffs and it was a different result.
If they wouldn't have scored, I feel like if they wouldn't have scored so quick on their last possession when they just threw that 75-yarder to Tyreek Hill, if they would have just worked the ball down the field, they would have probably won.
There's a lot of things that they did wrong and they were still in, like, there's a lot of things that they can improve on and still, like, be able to get within 3. I was pretty impressed.
So I got the Chiefs.
I mean, everybody was saying the moment was too big for him, but
I mean, he dropped 41 points.
He had more. He impressed me more than Tom Brady did.
He had a better game.
He had more yards. I mean, he had 2 interceptions, but he had more touchdowns and more yards.
So Monday night we got the Giants at the Falcons.
I'm picking the Falcons.
Falcons.
I am not impressed with the Giants at all.
No,
their offensive line. When people say it's bad, like if you watch their games, it's noticeably bad. There's immediate penetration regardless of who they play.
There's no like just relationships on the team. You got Odell out here criticizing Eli Manning, and now the owner come out and said Odell should just keep his mouth shut and play football. And
which is, in my opinion, somebody needs to say that, but it's a little too late now.
I mean, it's a show going on over there, so I've got to go with the safe pick on the Falcons, especially at home. The Falcons
are hard to beat at home. We say that every time they play at home, and I'm going to continue saying it. That's how much it's like. I really do.
So the
Giants are dysfunctional.
That's week 7. Hopefully our picks get a little bit better this week. Hard games this week, actually. Very hard games to pick.
We're going to be probably not much more accurate.
Yeah, so wrong.
This year's been like, usually if you go back and watch our last year ones, like I feel like we're almost always like
we're very accurate.
70% correct usually.
So that's week 7. Thanks for tuning in this week, guys. We appreciate it. Let us know what you think about the picks. See you next time.